All right. Shalom Akyam. I'm Zahab of Spirit Wind Judah of the GMS Mississippi Camp, giving our honor and glory to Yahweh by Shemi Hawashai. Also giving double honor to the apostles of great millstone who rule well, and saying peace and blessings. Salutations to the hopefully elect. Today I want to go into a quick topic, which is going to be entitled, being a whore was a shame in our culture. Because here in Western America, man, basically being a whore is celebrated, man. You had this chick named I forget her name, but she's one of those housewives of Atlanta, and she was caught a couple years ago. Well, she wasn't caught. She put out a video of her and her man doing a little sex tape in the restroom with the shower curtain. Then, if you drive past a certain strip club in Jackson, Mississippi a couple years ago, there was on a billboard that said Pinky coming soon. All right. Now you have a rapper called Cardi B. She had a song called Bodak Yellow or something to that effect. And she was like, her pussy wet like a lake. But one thing all these whores have in common, they're all Israelites, man. They're all Israelites, man. So, but here on this side, being a whore is placed on a pedestal, man. Like, they have special announcements when a porn star is coming to a certain club. This porn star is coming next Saturday. They just had a porn star on Breakfast Club, man. They are putting whores on a pedestal. Going back to Ecclesiastes, the 10th chapter, where it says, folly is set in great dignity, man. That's folly, man. But why did it say in our law, the laws of our forefathers, that there should not be a whore among the the daughters of Israel, man? There should not be a whore amongst Israel, man, because they destroyed our society. All right, let's take a look at Maury, man. You have a woman that basically had sex with multiple men that ejaculated her, man, and now you have something called a fraternity test. All right, and to determine who the father was, man. Well, what if we didn't have a fraternity test back in the ancient world? So you have a woman that's a whore, okay? You have a woman that's a whore, okay? And she had sex with multiple men. How would she know who the father was, man? All right? How would she know who the father was? And now the father of that daughter is embarrassed because she brought great shame to the whole family, man. If it's cool for every woman to be a whore, you know what happens? The family structure gets destroyed. If you look at the human body, under a microscope, and I'm I'm not an expert in this field, but if you look at the human body, you have organs. And those organs are made up of tissues pieced together to make those organs. And those tissues, if you zero in under the microscope, those tissues are composed of cells. They're made up of cells. And so those cells make up the tissues, and the tissues make up the organs, and the organs make up the body. That's how a nation is, man. If you look at a nation, the nation is made up of different structures. All right, and one of those main structures are different family structures, which makes up those nations. Those family structures that makes up those nations, man. And that family structure is made up of little people, man, woman, kids. Now, when a woman becomes a whore, their family structure is destroyed. When that family is destroyed, meaning the family structure is destroyed, meaning that nation is destroyed, man. Esau's philosophy destroys nations. When a woman says she doesn't need a man, guess what? That's like a sickle cell, man. It's like a sickle cell. Why do they call it a sickle cell? Because it's shaped like a sickle. It's not a full cell. So it's like a family structure. It's not a full family structure. It's a sickle family, man. Meaning the body dies. Meaning the nation dies, man. Okay? You see? See, we celebrate, well, in America and Babylon, we were conditioned to celebrate whores. But really, enticing a man to have sex is not a superpower. It's not some goddess power. No, you're telling, basically the Most High set it up to where when you get with your woman and she takes her clothes off, all right, she's exciting you to reproduce with her, man. See, the Most High just didn't create fucking, where y'all just fuck. Y'all meet at a bar, y'all's kind of tipsy, y'all turned on by each other, and y'all just fuck, and y'all might fuck for 3 more weeks, then it kind of die out, and she stopped calling, and y'all just kind of go separate ways. That wasn't our culture, man. The Most High didn't create sex just for fucking, man. As a matter of fact, the word semen goes back to the word to sow. All right, see, we lost, Babylon lost context. You lost context in America, man. You lost the purpose of things, man. All right? It ain't just about fucking. The word semen goes back to sow, because when a woman got naked, she exposes what we call secondary sex traits. Those are the body parts that turns on the opposite sex. We have them as well. If you working out, the woman, she likes your biceps, or she likes your chest. It's not your direct so-called private parts, but it's the parts of your body that the opposite sex finds attractive, because those arms and shoulders, that's indicative that you have physical strength, and women are instinctively designed to be attracted to strong men, all right? Because that's their protection, all right? Same thing with a body. A woman's body is designed for your instincts, your hormones, so to speak, to that's interpreted as, okay, I'm ready to, my ground is fertile for you to plant your seed in me. That's basically what they're saying. It's saying my ground is fertile enough for you to plant your seed in me. So when her body's curvy, that's the result of her estrogen level is skyrocketed, causing fat to form around her body to make her body appear feminine, which you interpret that instinctively as her ground is fertile to plant your seed in, man. It wasn't designed to, oh, she's good for fucking, you put on a rubber or you pull out and y'all playing all these dumbass games, man. That's Babylonian shit. Or she's advertising her body, which is supposed to be something that's holy to a man or exclusive to a man. She's advertising her body on these different social media platforms to get this fulfillment of all these men giving her this attention. You know? You see how whoredom destroys our family? Whoredom is a sign of a failed nation. I repeat that again. Whoredom is a sign that a nation failed, man. All right? That's why the laws of the Most High are put in place for the longevity of a nation. Esau gave you some kind of westernization, which gave you benefits as an individual. But the laws of the Most High wasn't designed to really benefit you as an individual. It was really more sort of designed to benefit our nation and to create longevity for our nation, man. Such as the whoredom, or, you know, that should not be a sodomite in Israel. You know, man, for man lie, mankind, he lie with the woman, both of them should be put to death. Okay? But once again, a woman being a whore causes confusion because you don't know if you're the father or not. That's the average thing in Israel. When I say Israel, I mean in these neighborhoods in America, for Jake to get a woman pregnant, and after the baby's born, he find out he's not the father, man. You know, Jake could be 19, 20, think he got a chick pregnant, then the family make him get tested, kind of find out he's not the father. And the reason why his family make him get tested, because the mom was more than likely a whore. So she knew the type of games that these whores play, man. You know, they'll find out they're pregnant by some anonymous nigga, but you might have a job, so they want you to shoot off in her. She wants you to think you impregnated her when really she had another nigga baby the whole time. You see? But the point is, man, you know, on this side, being a whore is glamorized, is glorified, man. But in our homeland, Jerusalem, that was a shame. And even in early America, they reflected how Israel got down. You had this book called The Scarlet Letter, where scarlet is like a form of red, I believe. And what happened was the woman was accused of committing adultery, so they made her put the word A on her dress, which the word A represented adulteress or adultery. So the whole little town or community was to shame her because she was accused of committing adultery. But they went back to the scriptures, because if a woman committed adultery, that was a shame to her, and she was to be put to death, man. The kingdom is going to be beautiful because the laws of the Most High are going to be implemented on the planet Earth, man. It's not so much, okay, we're going to be wearing decked out apparel, we're going to be streets paved with gold, you know, we're going to be eating a big turkey leg and drinking this huge cup of wine. That's just part of the accolades of being in the kingdom. That's part of the accolades of being in power. And you having sex with all these women as drug women. That's just the accolades of being the elect and making it out of America, hopefully, man. But the core of the kingdom is the world is going to be ruled in righteousness. What is that righteousness in which the world is going to be ruled? It's going to be the laws, statutes, and commandments implemented and enforced on the entire planet Earth, that every nation is going to be forced to obey the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. You even have that in the past, man. when different nations will take over, they make their whole world or their whole known area that they conquer submit to their religion, submit to their way of thinking. All right, that's a new world order, because you have to submit to our world. Because Israel, the law, statutes, and commandments, that's really our world, man. Our laws, our heritage, our culture. All right, the way we did things, that's our world. So there's literally going to be a new world order when all the nations are going to be forced to live in our world, man. All right. So in the kingdom, you're not just going to be fucking hoes, man. Nah, according to the scriptures, you're going to be getting virgins, and they're going to be your wife. Also, in our heritage, in our homeland, Jerusalem, we didn't have whores walking around. Yeah, we had harlot houses, which it would make sense if you had travelers. If you had travelers coming to Jerusalem, and you might have merchant cities, and you had different men coming to your city, and they got horny. All right, they not finna go commit adultery with somebody else's wife, like here in America. They won't go get some random chick, have sex with her, and leave and go back to his country. More than likely, he went to a harlot house while he was in that city for a couple of days, man. All right, but I'm not gonna keep ranting. The purpose of me doing this video is to create proper perspective when it came to women and understand the position of whores in our homeland, and how whoredom on this side, it is a sign of defeat, man, because the power source is gone. The father figure is gone. So we don't have a power source to keep the family structure intact, because Esau, our arch enemy, he took the power source out of our household. But I'm gonna say that for a different lesson. But going back to the point, a whore was a shame in our culture, man. So quit putting these whores on pedestals, man. But to the next lesson, Shalom.